Hey guys and gals, it's Andrew-Unfiltered again. I just figured I'd come out and just do a little one-on-one with myself. Taking my daughter to Girl Scouts, and I got inside there and just felt a little overwhelmed. I know I've been talking a lot about my journey through mental illness. And opening up about my past, about myself, and the journey I've gone through. And I've said a lot in the past week, more than I think I've ever spoken to my psychiatrist. And it just becomes daunting. I've stirred up a lot of memories that I thought I suppressed. I thought I, closed the door on the suicides. I've closed the door on the Marines I've lost. I've closed the door on leaders that I've lost. They're memories that I wanted to suppress, but over the past week, I've been openly talking about them, and I've got this rush of anxiety and depression that have put me in a state that I don't want to go down. But I know I need to open up. It's my way of making myself vulnerable, but it's allowing me to talk about situations. Again, I dropped my daughter off to Girl Scouts. I did this because I thought it would be helpful to me to get out there and meet new people, but I'm finding it difficult to interact. I was sitting in the room with her and all the kids, and my anxiety started flaring up. It felt like the walls were closing in. People were staring, and I got this inconceivable notion that they were staring at me, but I know they weren't. I came out to my truck, cried a little bit to get it out. Again, I don't want to bottle it up and go home and have a bad night's sleep, because sleep is something I've been cherishing lately. It's something I don't get enough of, because my mind is always creating scenarios in my head about death, about the next day, about work, about friends, about family. And I lay awake in bed just thinking about that. My kids climb in bed with us, and I sit there like a weirdo and stare at them, thinking about what future do I have in hold for these kids. I spent last night playing video games, Minecraft specifically, with my son and daughter. They love that game. And it makes my mind go at ease when I'm doing something. I do mobile software development on the side, and I play video games with my kids. I'm trying to get, a YouTube channel that they like to get up, just posting a lot of their games. Tilly and Squish. But I think about, where would I have been 4 years ago at this moment? Would I be having these interactions with my kids? Would I be having the times that, we put Valentine's Day gifts together for their school? I used to be so antisocial with my family that I would just lock myself in my office and just contemplate life. Now I'm trying to break that cycle I'm trying to be more of a father figure to them, and it makes my heart hurt that I was the way I was in the Marine Corps, and now I'm trying to be a better person for them and my wife. You know, I'm not saying my family's perfect. I know we got a lot of work to do, but I just wanted to share moments like this where I just want to cry, because I think about how I've treated them in the past, how I used to just want to be alone, how you know, I am their father. You know, I shouldn't be the way I am. You know, and by no means do I knock the Marine Corps, but I think there should have been a warning label with anybody going into the military. You know, side effects. You know, as young men and women, we weren't conditioned to be thrown into something. The Marine Corps boot camp knocked you down and builds you back up fundamentally and mentally to be prepared for stresses, but not the visual stresses of death, suicide, not knowing you can't call somebody who's not there, knowing somebody's not going to pick up that phone. You know, they offer services, but it's kind of frowned upon to even utilize them services, because then you're identified as a weak person. And I say this wholeheartedly. My journey is not to put the Marine Corps down, because I love the Marine Corps. I would not give up anything to have not joined the Marine Corps, went to boot camp, met the people that I have. A lot of great people. It's just a lot of people in the Marine Corps kind of just took a shit on me. And I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not trying to portray this weak veteran, this weak staff NCO, this weak gunnery sergeant. I'm only human. I'm broken inside. And I'm trying to find the means to break that cycle. I'm trying to find a means for others to break that cycle. So when you hear me talk about the Marine Corps a lot, I by no means am I knocking it. I love the Corps. I love the Corps, what the Corps has done to me. I love the leaders that have led me. But what I'm knocking is my lack of attention to the tools that I've needed to try to get a hold of my mental health. I want to try to give you, the viewers who are dealing with mental health, PTSD, anxiety, ADHD, insomnia, depression, all of the underlying plus some, to understand, utilize these tools. They're there for you. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're wishing, what could I have done in the past? Because you're not going to be able to do anything, because that's the past. It's the future. It's move forward, and hopefully, you know, get the help that everybody needs. Because I can tell you, the last 4 years of my Marine Corps career were hell on my family. I put my wife in situations where she wanted to divorce me. I put situations, I separated myself from my kids. I separated myself from my family, because I thought that was what I needed to do to deal with my mental illness. But what I failed to realize is I needed to bring them in and share myself. It's still kind of hard to open up about mental illness, because it's something I don't want to talk about to them. I don't want to be that weak person. I don't want to be, you know, my daddy has mental issues, and he might go psychotic and do something that might affect the family. I don't want that for them. So I'm I'm putting myself on the pedestal. You know, going back to this past week of creating these videos, I've learned a lot about myself, and I'm continuing to learn about myself. And I hope my journey doesn't end anytime soon. You know, I've had friends say, well, you're doing videos once a day, you're going to run out of content. I got 20 years of content to get out. You know, I've got 20 years of tears to cry. I've got 20 years of feelings to express. And I want to do that so I want to share that with you. So again, when I mention the Marine Corps has done this. I'm stating that I didn't seek the tools. I didn't seek the help that I needed. You know, one of the biggest kicks in the ass that I want to do is, while on I&I duty, I've told I've lost count, many parents that their sons and daughters are not coming back because they've died. I've attended hundreds of open casket funerals. The image of those Marines are still ingrained into my memory. You know, I've attended hundreds, almost thousands of funerals for veterans who've died due to old age. And that stuff sits with you and resonates with you. It has for me. And all I can do is think, well, shit, the past 16 years have been me burying people. Have been me telling sad news to the loved ones that your loved ones are not coming back from war. Or being in a situation where the person next to you gets shot in the head, or their brains have splattered all over the place, or you're trying to hold somebody who's been shot and all you see is blood. These are the stories I want to get out because they're helping me express to the camera that my life is shit, and I want to put it back to peace one block at a time. So I just wanted to take this few moments to say I'm having a bad day today. I probably spent the last 3 minutes crying in my truck waiting for my daughter to get out of Girl Scouts, but it's helping me express my emotions. So again, I appreciate the time. I appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you guys stay tuned for my journey with mental illness.